Hi and welcome to the channel. I'm Nancy Richmond, so if you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new here, you know what I'm all about. You've probably seen a few videos. And today we want to talk about energy. Specifically, we're going to touch on the topic of Reiki. I'm going to explain what it is and how it works and what I do and what you might get out of it. And before we get into that topic, I think it's really important to talk about energy. Because Reiki is essentially energy work, it's energy healing. It's me working with your energy to make you feel better. That's kind of the meat and potatoes of it. A very quick and dirty explanation. And a lot of people might sit there, especially if you're new to my channel or if you're new to Reiki and you're like, well, what the heck does that mean anyway, right? So before we start talking about Reiki itself, I think it's important to talk about energy and what I do. So a little bit about my background. Sorry, I know a lot of people don't want to hear, like, I don't care what you do, but there's a reason for it, okay? So short story long, but this is going to be worth it, I promise. Okay, so let's see. Right now, I read tarot cards. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I'm a master, actually. I'm a Feng Shui consultant, and I'm an aromatherapist. I am certified in all of these things, okay? Here's the thing. I am no longer a practicing aromatherapist for quite a few reasons. Some of it is political and there's a bunch of other stuff. Not going to get into that. But what I am going to tell you about one of the things that came to me recently about giving up the practice of aromatherapy. Now I do it for myself, obviously. I love it. I love essential oils and what they can do. But here's the thing. It is not in line with my purpose. It is not in line with what I do. And what I do is I work with energy. When you break it down, my tarot readings, I'm doing energy reads, right? I'm reading the energy around a situation. When I'm doing Feng Shui, we're working with the energy within your home. And when I do Reiki, we're working with the energy around your physical and your etheric body. So when you think about all of those things and you compare to what aromatherapy does, although I love aromatherapy and there are many, many benefits, it's not exactly working with energy. It's working with the life essences of the flowers, but not in the same way. So I think maybe that's one of the reasons why I kind of fell away from aromatherapy as well, as a practice that I offer to people. So energy, let's talk about energy in general. Energy, in case you haven't really thought about it, it is a force. It is a feeling. It is something intangible. You cannot touch it. Sometimes you can feel it, depending on who you are and what your abilities are. But you know it's there. Energy is one of those things you kind of have faith in it. You can catch glimpses of energy, and I'm going to give you some examples. Air, okay? A breeze, the wind. You know that air and wind, as it's moving around, it's moving energy around. Energy is not created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. That's a physics thing. I actually remember something from physics in college. And when you think about that, yes, the air is moving around and it's doing something with the energy. This is why we have windmills and such, so that we can sort of harness that energy and use it. Okay. It's the same thing with, or not the same thing, but a similar thing like electricity, lightning. Okay. Think about lightning. Even before the light bulb and electricity was actually harnessed and developed, like within our homes and buildings and for our own use as human beings, we knew what electricity was. You saw a lightning bolt in the sky, you knew it was something. You maybe didn't understand how it worked, but you knew what it was. You knew if it hit something, zzz, that's it, it's done, sizzle, burn, right? So those are forms of energy that kind of, I'm easing you into the topic a little bit. Excuse me. So we know what energy is. We understand it. And even air and wind, you can feel it, right? If a breeze comes through your house, you can feel it on your skin, or you're sitting outside, you feel a breeze. You know it's there. You can't see it, but you can feel it. Let's talk a little deeper about energy, more about the woo-woo side of energy. Have you ever met someone and automatically you're like, something about that person, I don't know about them. Or you automatically meet someone, you're like, oh my God, something about this person I really like. You're picking up on their energy. Have you ever walked into someone's house? Maybe you're a guest, you've been invited for dinner, and you walk in and right away you're like, oh, something's going on. And the couple had just had an argument or a fight before you walked in the door. That's energy. You're picking up on the energy around you. So it's not just about the things we see and understand, like when we talk about lightning or a breeze or wind, right? This is people and things. Objects have energy. That's why people work with crystals, the little rocks. They hold energy. Everything holds energy, right? So this is a segue into the Reiki portion of our scheduled program. So now that we've had this discussion about energy, the fact that I work with it, and that's my preference, we understand what energy is. Let's talk about Reiki specifically. So when I explain Reiki to people, I say this is me working with the energy around your body, your physical and etheric body. So this is your aura, your chakras, everything. I'm working with all of that. If you don't know what those things are, we're just going to talk on that very briefly. That's not what this is about so much. But your aura is basically an energy field. It's invisible, although some people can see auras. It's invisible, goes out, I think it's sort of like 6 inches to a foot around your body, right? And it's just an energy field around you. And then we have chakras, which are energy centers that are within your body. There are 7 of them. There are actually a lot more, but we're not getting into that. When people talk in general about chakras, we're usually talking about the main 7 ones. And they are energy centers within your body, and they represent different things. Not going to dig into that either, but I just want you to be aware that they are there. And as you work with me, if you choose to, we'll talk about that during sessions as well. But basically, you need to know that there's an energy field around your body, and there are little energy centers within your body. These energy centers within your body, they kind of govern the wellness of how your body is performing. So Reiki works with your entire physical body, and it works on your chakras, and it works around your aura to try and alleviate any aches and pains, which can be physical, remove any stuck, unblocked energy that might be happening around your body. If your chakras aren't working properly or they're blocked or stuck, this is when you could have physical symptoms arise. This is kind of how Reiki manifests itself, or not Reiki, sorry, energy can manifest itself from the physical body, and it's about what is happening around you and within your life. So I hope this is making sense so far. So then the process of a Reiki treatment, you might be thinking, okay, well, that's great. Okay, I got this energy stuff going on, energy around me, these thingies inside that, do stuff to my body or kind of monitor what's going on. How does it all come together, and what does it mean, right? So with a Reiki session, it's like this. We're going to go back to the topic of energy for a moment so I can explain how Reiki works. So let's talk about the sun. More energy. You know that the sun produces energy. You've heard of solar energy, right? Panels on a roof. The sun comes in, right, into the panels, and it stores the energy. And you can run your fridge or whatever, right? Okay, we know what this is. We're all on the same page. Here's the next thing I'm going to talk about. When we talk about the sun and solar energy, I'm going to assume everyone has had a sunburn or a suntan, okay? You've had the sun hit your skin at least once in your life, and there is an effect. It turns red, it turns brown, it turns beige, whatever. You understand that, right? How did that happen? How did that color, that mark get on your arm or your chest or your legs or your back or whatever? How did that color get there, right? We know it's from the sun, and it's the energy from the sun that is streaming down from a bazillion miles away, streaming down, and the energy of the sun's rays hits your skin, and it gives you a suntan or a sunburn. I don't think anyone's going to dispute that. I hope not, because that very generally makes sense to me, right? So the point is, and this is where we're leading into the Reiki bit, so stay with me, okay? When the sun burns you, did the sun fly out of the ceiling and come down with its big sun finger and go zzz and burn you? No, it's the rays of the sun, the energy is coming down and burning your skin, right? Right? Are you good? Are you good? Are you with me? Okay. Now, with Reiki, we know that none of us have the power to harness that energy from the sun and direct it, right? Picture this. Let's pretend Nancy actually has the power to like grab those sun rays and point it exactly like right here on my fist in this spot and just burn that spot. Let's pretend I could do that. I could go take the energy and put the sunburn right there in that spot. And then there would be a red dot where I made the sun put its energy, okay? I know that sounds crazy because no, I can't do that. That would be cool. What I say is if I could do that, I could make a killing getting rid of people's tan lines, right? Here, we'll put some color here. No, I'm kidding, right? But I'm not, because it's true. I can't harness the sun's energy and make it burn you. Can't do that. It just naturally happens. That's the sun's job, not mine. Now, Reiki, on the other hand, I may not be able to harness the sun's energy, but I can harness energy from the universe, up in the ethers, pure divine white healing light. Now, this is an esoteric thing, right? This is something where you have to have that belief that it exists. So the same way I believe there is energy in the air, there is energy in the water, there's energy in lightning. I may not always see it or feel it, but I believe that it is there and that there is something that can happen with it. I believe the energy is coming from the sun and has the ability to wilt plants and burn your skin, right? You can't see that sun coming down. Well, through a dirty window, sometimes you see the particles. Okay, yeah, that. But the point is, though I can't harness all those other types of energy, I can reach into the ethers. I can go into the universe and grab some really good, pure divine white light, and I can direct that to your body and ask it to do its thing and help to alleviate any aches and pains and whatnot. Now, is this a proven thing? No, it's anecdotal. Okay, so this is not to diagnose, it's not to cure cancer, it's not saying your diabetes is going to go away. That's not what I'm doing when I'm talking about Reiki. Some people may talk about that and make claims. I'm just talking about working with your energy. Let's see what happens. I have a ton of examples that I may get into, or I'll leave you a link to where you can go and look at some of those and go through them. I'm not going to do that now, but I have seen results, and we'll call it anecdotal, just to say, here's what Reiki, I have personally seen Reiki do. Okay. So, I know someone who had a very bad wrist injury. I gave her a distance Reiki treatment, a few of them, and the pain was gone. And this is something that was chronic for a very long time. I know someone who is having female issues, gave her some treatments, and as I did them, the pain that she was experiencing went away. Now, coincidence? Maybe. Reality? Probably. The thing is, you have to have faith and you have to decide for yourself if this is something you're willing to try. Again, no guarantees, but you're not going to know unless you do try. Hey, you know what? You sort of want a free trial? In my weekly tarot readings, I do mini healing Reiki sessions at the end. So you know what? Go in, just go to the end of the video and find the Reiki part and go through and see what I do and see if you feel any better. It's not specific to you, it's specific to the collective, but it might give you an idea. And regardless, it's always a fun thing to try because it's not just the energy or the Reiki portion that I'm doing. I also take a look at your chakras. I go through and I clear out any blocks or anything that might be misaligned in there, along with the Reiki treatment. So there's like so much goodness that can happen. The good thing is, yeah, there are Reiki treatments that can happen in person. So we would meet together in the same room and I would do my thing. But I actually don't prefer those treatments. For you, it could be very relaxing and whatnot. You're just laying there, you're having me work on you, and it's lovely. It's like when you go to get a relaxing massage as opposed to a therapeutic massage, right? I've had lots of those, the therapeutic ones. Yeah, they kind of hurt. They're kind of crazy. But when I leave, I'm like, man, I'm glad I got that done. The point is you go in and they go in to do the job and they get it done. I'm not there to relax, right? I'm there for a reason and a purpose. This is how I approach doing distance Reiki healing sessions. The Reiki portion itself might take 5 to 10 minutes. Then there's the chakra clearing, there's a little balancing, there's a bunch of work that gets done. But the point is that you don't have to go anywhere. You can sit in your house, I sit in my house, I do my thing, and it's done. It's a very quick process. It maybe takes 20 to 30 minutes. It's not long, and it's not invasive. It's not going to hurt or harm you. You may find some shifts and differences, like you might be tired that night and sleep a lot, or you might pee a lot or something like that. If it's a very emotional thing, you may have some emotions come up, but it's not going to physically harm you. So why not give it a try? So I hope this helps explain a little bit about Reiki and energy and how they work together and what I like to do. So description box below, all my links and info, so check it out. And I would love to work with you, whether it's Reiki, Tarot, Feng Shui, or anything else. You know what? Reach out, see what I've got to offer, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be working together soon. So we're going to leave it there. And until I see you next time, I wish you much love and light, health and wellness, peace and prosperity. Take care. Bye.